My analytics show that 100% of you want to be profitable traders, but in reality, only 10% are successful algo traders. Why? Because you don't pick the right robots and you don't trade them with the proper risk. So I analyzed all my trading accounts to pick 7 EAs that almost never fail. Why almost? I'll show you. At number 7 we have the Infinity Trader that is trading the pound dollar, and you can see on this Black Bull Life account that it gained above 50% already. I've requested over $400 of withdrawals and it makes an average of 4.83%, which is more than double the minimum of 2% we are looking for, and this account has been running for a year. Profit factor is nearly 4, which is great, but if I show the track record, what's most impressive is that the drawdown is very low. You can see that initially I was trading on a $500 account. When I gained some more trust, I have deposited another $500, so it's a $1,000 life account. The red line represents the equity drops, so you can see that they are not really huge. This is the withdrawal of $400, and then you can see a few more equity dips that also recovered. This expert advisor never failed for me in a life account. It failed on a funded account because we have the 10% drawdown limit, but if I show the drawdown, you will see that it's just suitable for life accounts. So if I go to stats and I click on charts and then I switch to the floating profit loss in percentage hourly, you will see that the floating loss tends to reach -15 down to -20%, and that is trading with a minimum quantity of 0.01. If I go to the overview and I click on orders, you will see that all trades were executed with 0.01, so I cannot lower the risk any further. That is why trading on a live account is the only solution, and the results are very good. Number 6, the top 10 app expert advisors, and you can see in my live results that I have an account with the dollar Swiss, I have a euro yen account, I have the gold account, and in these accounts I've been trading the robots from the top 10 app that we've developed in algo trading space, where we automated the whole process of generating expert advisors and revalidating them virtually. So you can see that we have this green out of sample zone that represents the performance after the expert advisor was generated. For example, the second one looks really promising in the back test and as well in the forward test. So the dollar Swiss account is profitable for a very long period of time, but it makes nearly 1% a month. The gold expert advisors nearly make 2%, and the euro yen has been the most profitable asset with above 2% a month for above 280 days. And the system in these live accounts is simple. We pick the top 3 expert advisors for the asset every Monday and we put them on the live account. So whichever asset is most profitable, and you can see that with the euro dollar, the 3 of them are profitable in the out of sample, but if I switch to the most profitable assets, which is the euro yen, you can see that these are the current expert advisors we are trading. But the best thing in the app is that we succeeded to automate it 100%. So every Saturday the app updates with new expert advisors and revalidates the old ones. But before I show you the next expert advisor, I want to share with you something interesting. Our stats really show that most of you guys watching my videos haven't subscribed yet. So please double check if you have subscribed. Probably the videos just pop up on your home screen and you tap and watch them, which is great. I thank you, but it will be really nice if you just subscribe. This will help me test more and more expert advisors on live accounts. So let's go to the next one. Number 5, Happy Forex, and I have the MetaTrader on this VPS. I'll drag and drop it on my recording screen and you will see that I am trading here the Aussie dollar on 1 hour and Euro Swiss on 1 hour. I've requested a withdrawal of $200 when the account reached 1,200, so the initial balance was $1,000. Once it reached the 20%, we always request a withdrawal. However, the strategy with the Happy Forex is really interesting. It's either buying or selling at the same time these two assets, the Aussie dollar and the Euro Swiss. And you can see that at the time of recording this video, the market is actually closed. I'm recording on Sunday evening. It is 11 p.m. in Sunday evening. Like what to do at this time, right? But you can see that last week we had a couple of trades opened and it is buying at the same time the Aussie and the Euro Swiss. If I show the account history, you'll see the same thing. It is trading the Euro Swiss and the Aussie at the same time. These two currency pairs are not correlated, which means they don't move in the same direction. If one goes up, the other one will most likely go down. So then the Happy Forex is targeting certain percentage or some amount of money. Actually, if I show you the inputs, you will see that in this account we have a target of 10 for the profit of all orders. And Marin from the team recently analyzed the Happy Forex in a video. If you haven't missed it, I'll leave a link down below in the description. But if I show you the track record, you will see what a steady growth we have. And look at that. If I switch to the equity, you will see how close it stays to the balance line because of the underlying strategy. Only at this moment, from 1156, the equity dropped down to 1075. The monthly return is also very good. We have 3.4% trading for nearly 200 days. This strategy is just stable. It never failed for us, but you need to trade it with low risk as the rest of the expert advisors. And that's why I decided to name this video Almost Never Fail, because if you trade any of these expert advisors with higher risk, you are going to blow the account sooner or later. Don't be greedy, stay low risk, stay long on the market. Number 4, we have the multi-pair EA. If I show the track record, you will see that the multi-pair is trading 5 currency pairs. I had 3 withdrawals already, which makes this account one of the most profitable, or at least the one that made the most money for me since I started testing so many expert advisors. And there is something tricky in here. If I go to the stats and I show you the symbols and I arrange them according to the net profit, you will see that the euro dollar and the pound dollar are the most profitable. And initially I've put those into small life accounts, but after further analysis, and I've shown all of that in a video, I'll leave again the link down below in the description. I'll drag this VPS now to show you the back test with the Swiss yen. And after some further analysis, we realized that the euro dollar and the pound dollar were actually very volatile and risky. That's why they make the most money, but we have removed them from this account and we have left the Swiss yen, the euro cat and the euro yen. You can see a very smooth balance with the back test from the Swiss yen. It's similar with the others, and what I've shown in that video is detailed analysis of the back test. And on a 10k account with the minimum quantity of 0.01, you can see that the euro dollar had a drawdown of over $3,000, which is above 30%, and the pound dollar had a drawdown of $800, which doesn't mean you don't have to trade these expert advisors, but probably the minimum amount here would be $5,000. And if you want to trade smaller accounts, then just stay away from euro dollar and pound dollar with this expert advisor. However, check out the results we have on the website. Again, we don't have a live account that failed with the multi-pair. We had a funded account. I talked about it. Check out the videos on my channel. At number 3, we have the FX Proctor Special, and this expert advisor is on another Black Bull account. It's trading the Aussie. I've requested $200 as a withdrawal. It makes nearly 4% a month and it's been trading for 170 days. And just look at the profit factor, 15.41. How many expert advisors have you seen with such profit factor after 170 days, guys? This is just amazing. And if I show you the FX Blue track track record, you will see what a steady growth we have. Let me switch to the equity, and you will see that the equity stays really close to the balance line. Here is the withdrawal, and another equity just recently recovered. At number 2, we have the Market Master, an expert advisor I've shown plenty of times on my channel. I have it on a $5,000 live account. I've requested $1,200 as a profit. It makes nearly 4% a month, and it's been trading for over 200 days. And recently we opened a few more live accounts, smaller, on different assets. I'll leave it on you to check out the performance on our website. But if I show you track record from the vendor, and the reason I'm showing exactly this track record from a vendor is because he has enabled the live update, which is rare nowadays. You'll see a very steady growth. He's taking a little bit higher risk, and the monthly return is 8.6% on $1,000 live account. Okay, actually he's taking double risk than the one I have in my account, but you can see that in November he made above 13%, in July above 14%, May was the biggest, 17.7%, which is awesome performance, and it's a true track record with live update. I also recorded a podcast with Andreas, the vendor. I'll leave a link in the description, so there will be a lot of videos for you guys in the description. And before I show the number 1 expert advisor that never failed for us until the moment, probably you noticed that all of these accounts were opened with Black Bull. Black Bull is a broker that offers great trading conditions for algo trading. I have negotiated an institutional account for myself, my team, and for all of our followers to be able to open an institutional account for $2,000 instead of $20,000, which gives us great trading conditions, lower spreads, commissions and fees. And obviously when you trade many accounts or bigger volumes, it makes a huge difference. I'll leave the link below, or you can find it in our live results page. And the number 1 expert advisor is the FX stabilizer that we have on a few accounts. It's trading 8 currency pairs by default. You can see that right in here I have 4 separate accounts. Each is $1,000 live account, and each of those make above 3% a month. We also have it on a 5K account where we requested 1, 2, 3 times withdrawals, $1,000 each, and now we are ahead of the 4th withdrawal because the balance is already 5,772. You can see that in this account we are trading all of the 8 currency pairs, which is probably a bit too risky because it's a grid martingale system. But the vendors, probably with the help of Forex Store, because I noticed the same thing with many of the expert advisors coming from Forex Store now, is they have made this protection where if you decide to use all risk, and by default it comes with 40, there is a drawdown control. If I decide not to use the all risk, the drawdown control doesn't work, so I keep it to true in this account. But what's interesting is that this drawdown control and the percentage that we risk, and one more time, that's 40% in this account for every symbol, it calculates automatically the starting lot. So based on the backtest, based on the performance, it will trade with such risk so that it doesn't exceed this risk limit. And we've been trading this account for quite a long time now. If I show you the account history, you will see that there are plenty of trades that opened and closed. We have requested withdrawals 3 times, and so far we see great results from this expert advisor. Here is one of the withdrawals, and that's why we've put it as well into separate accounts. If I just write FX stabilizer in the search tab, you will see how many live accounts. We have another live account with 1K initial balance, and here actually we have double that account. Withdrawals are also $1,000, and this account, look at that, makes above 16% monthly gain, and it's been trading for nearly 200 days. However, in this account we are trading just 4 currency pairs. If I click on the track record, you will see that we are trading the Aussie, the Euro Pound, the Euro Dollar, and the Dollar CAD. So this expert advisor is really unbelievable until the time I record this video. Never a guarantee that there will be a loss, there will be a drawdown hit to the 40% where the risk is, but let's see together how it goes. That's why all of the results are public on the website. One more time, if you don't want to fail, guys, just stay low risk. And if you want to learn more about how you should properly backtest and size your positions, check out this video on my side. Until then, I wish you safe trading, all the best to you, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.